everyone, welcome back to my channel. Jameson is taking a super long nap, so I'm really thankful for that. I'm able to get a couple of things done. In this video, oh, there's like a little fuzz on my eyelash. Okay, there's like fuzzes everywhere. Okay, it's probably 'cause my sweater. But, okay, so in this video, I'm talking about how to avoid tantrums in small children, and by doing that is by positive redirection. So a positive redirection to avoid tantrums in small children. So it's sort of like the art of distraction, and I wish I knew about this sooner rather than later, because it would have saved a lot of grief. Some people already know this, but I think that this is good information to talk about, to get out and to just share. And that is redirection. And I'm going to give a few examples, and redirection to something positive could be something they enjoy. I have notes right here. Something they did fun that day, or the environment around them. So I'm going to give you guys some examples. Something they enjoy. So one day, Eli was on a brink of throwing a fit because he was tired, he was cranky. We came home from my dad's late, and my dad lives 40 minutes away, or like 45 minutes away, so it was way past their bedtime. They were super crabby, and they had to take a bath because I think we spent the day at the lake or something like that day, to where they had to take a bath. And he was about to start throwing a fit in the bath because he did not want to be in the bath. He wanted to be sleeping, and he could just not control his emotions because he was so tired. And so Caleb was bathing the boys, and he just started to redirect Eli. There was toys in the bath, and he was like, wow, Eli, look at Batman, and basically just redirecting him to something that he enjoys and something that is positive. And when you're doing this, you want to use an energetic and cheerful voice, and to not be grumpy, because I've noticed this might be so obvious to some other people, but when I start to get angry and enter into that zone of anger with my children, it exasperates things and makes things worse. Okay, and number 2 is something fun that day. So Eli was, I feel like these examples really revolve around Eli just because of the age. He's 4 years old, and my other son is 1.5 years. So it's completely different ages, and Eli, he's very particular on how he wants things to be, which can be a weakness or a strength depending on how we raise him to learn about how to control things, and that's a whole other topic. Okay, but he was mad that he wanted to play his Legos, and I wanted to wipe him down to get him ready for bed. And so I sat him on the bed. I was going to brush his teeth too. And so I just started to talk to him and redirect him into something positive. And that day he hung out with his Nana, and his Nana took him out for a donut. So I was like, wow, Eli, remember today when Nana took you out and you got to get a donut and a toy and lunch, and how awesome that was and how much of a blessing that was. Aren't you so thankful that you got to spend that time and that Nana treated you like that, and that was so nice of her? Aren't you thankful? And just kind of talking about the day and redirecting his negativity from not wanting to brush his teeth onto something he did that day, which was very positive, and to get him thinking not on what he doesn't want to do, but on something super fun that he did that day. And then my next thing is distraction in the environment. Remember, this is all positive redirection, and positive redirection is sort of more like a positive term than distracting a child, because basically all these things are just distracting your child from having a tantrum. And this one was not with my own child, this was with someone else's child, so I used the distraction of the environment in order to keep them from throwing a fit. And so what happened was, this was my friend. She came over for dinner, and then she has a 2-year-old and a baby, and then I was helping her out to the car and holding her 2-year-old. And you know how 2-year-olds, some children have a hard time transitioning to going home, and they just don't like leaving when they're having fun. And she was having fun with the rest of the kids, and so we made our way outside, and I noticed she was getting super wiggly, and she was like, I went down, and I was like, oh, how am I going to solve this? She's not my kid. And I didn't want to tell her no, because I feel like I don't want to be like, no, sweetie, you can't get down, because then children just want to do the opposite of no, right? So I was like, wow, it was nighttime when we went outside, And I was like, wow, do you see all the stars? Aren't they just so beautiful? And it's so dark out here, but it's so beautiful at the same time. And I was redirecting her, this little girl's attention to the stars and the environment and something else, rather than her focusing on wanting to be inside, knowing that she couldn't be inside anymore because she was leaving and going home, and focusing her attention onto something else that was getting us to where we wanted to go. Yeah, so those are all my tips. I really hope this helps with your children. So to start redirecting them when you notice first signs of them about to throw a fit. And this takes practice, especially practice when you're frustrated yourself and you just want them to listen and do what you're trying to do or want them to do. And so, sometimes I fail at this, and sometimes I do a really good job, and I avoid tantrums by practicing the positive redirecting. I hope and I pray that this goes really far and helps you with your children. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a blessed day in Jesus' name. Okay, bye!